They never teach men about soft power, mostly because it doesn't look like power at all. It doesn't come with shouting, ultimatums, or obvious manipulation. It comes wrapped in gentleness, kindness, warmth. It feels harmless, almost comforting. And that's exactly why it works so well. You don't recognize it as control, you recognize it as connection. You don't see influence, you see understanding. And by the time you finally understand what happened, you've already changed in ways you never intended. Soft power begins with emotional fluency. She reads you before you read yourself. She notices your tone before you even think you changed it. She notices the pauses you don't hear, the slight shift in your shoulders, the look in your eyes that lasts half a second longer than usual. She studies you without you realizing you're being studied. And when someone understands you at that depth, you naturally trust them. That trust becomes the doorway. She doesn't push it open. She stands there, warm and patient, until you walk through it yourself. Suddenly, she's the first person you call when something feels off. She's the person you tell things you've never said out loud. She makes you feel seen in a way the world rarely does. And once you're emotionally open, the gentle influence begins. Not commands, not demands, just suggestions, covered in softness. She'll never say, "Don't hang out with your friends." She'll say, "I just miss you sometimes. I love how present you are with me." She'll never say, "Change this about yourself." Or she'll say, "I just think you'd look amazing if you tried this." She won't tell you what to do. She'll guide you into wanting what she wants. That's her art, making her desires feel like your own decisions. At first, you don't even notice the shift. You start choosing differently, not because she told you to, but because you want to make her smile. You start dressing better, working harder, showing up more, and she rewards every improvement with appreciation. A soft thank you, a warm hug, a smile that lights you up inside. It's not manipulation, not at first. It's reinforcement, and it feels good. It feels like love. But here's the thing about soft power. The moment you give too much, the balance shifts. You don't realize it until one day you notice you're worried about disappointing her more than you're worried about disappointing yourself. You start second-guessing your choices because you wonder how she'll feel. You start chasing her approval without knowing when it began. And she never asks for this control, not directly. She lets you give it on your own. Soft power doesn't grab, it invites. And the more you care, the more you offer. She knows the exact moments to pull away. Not to punish you, but to increase your attention. Soft power isn't about loud rejection. It's about quiet absence, a little less warmth, a slightly delayed text, a softer tone than usual. You feel the shift immediately, and instinctively you start trying harder. You want the warmth back, you want the closeness restored, and she knows it. In a way she might not even admit to herself, she knows the effect she has. Her silence becomes louder than her words. Her subtle disappointment matters more than your own needs. And that's when soft power becomes influence, strong influence, the kind that can shape a man's decisions without him ever feeling pushed. But here's the twist most men don't expect. She didn't develop this power to control you. She developed it to protect herself. Because women learned a long time ago that being direct can backfire, that emotional intelligence is their biggest advantage. That softness can disarm a man faster than aggression ever could. And so they mastered a form of influence that feels like affection. They learned to lead without looking like they're leading. Soft power is not evil, it's not malicious, it's survival mixed with instinct. But for men, it becomes dangerous only when you forget who you are inside it. When you start adjusting your boundaries, your goals, your habits, your identity, because you want to maintain her approval. When you lose yourself in her softness, thinking it's harmless. The truth is, women who use soft power effectively don't need to force anything. Their warmth becomes addictive, their attention becomes currency, their approval becomes reward. And you find yourself wanting to earn it again and again, sometimes at the cost of your own self-respect. But here's what no one tells you. Soft power loses its effect the moment a man learns to stay grounded, the moment he stops seeking validation, the moment he realizes he can appreciate her warmth without depending on it. Women respect the men who don't melt into their softness but remain solid within it. The men who can be gentle yet unmoved, affectionate yet independent. Because soft power isn't meant to dominate a strong man, it's meant to bond with him. In the end, the real danger isn't her soft power, it's your lack of awareness of it. The man who thinks he can't be influenced is the easiest to influence. The man who believes he's always in control is the one who gives it away the fastest. But once you understand how soft power works, you stop being controlled by it and start connecting with it. Because when you're aware, you don't fall for the gentle pull. You walk into it intentionally. You don't surrender your identity. You share it. You don't lose autonomy. You build harmony. Soft power is real. It's subtle. It's effective. It's everywhere. And the men who thrive in modern relationships aren't the ones who resist it. They're the ones who recognize it, respect it, and stay rooted enough not to be swallowed by it. That's the art. That's the awareness. That's the quiet truth every man eventually faces. The gentle hand can guide you farther than the forceful one, but only if you let it guide, not control.